Hello, my name is Eric Piccioni. I've now been living in Russia for 2 weeks. I made a video last week, so I wanted to switch it up from the desk and give you guys just a little bit of I wouldn't even really call it a day in the life. I'm just gonna be walking around this pond near the house and show you what it's like to spend a day with me, I guess, if that's interesting at all. So very recently, the snow has melted, or the ice has melted from the pond, and the ducks are starting to hang out more frequently. If I can catch them, there's some little twin girls over there feeding some of the ducks. It's the cutest thing ever. They're in like matching jumpsuits, or they're matching outfits. So cute. But usually every day there's ducks hanging out in squadrons. They're usually pretty brave, like they'll walk right next to you. But anyway, I usually, if I have time, I'll go outside for a couple hours, or maybe an hour or two before work, get a little walk in, and then we'll start my day working officially around 1 to 2 o'clock most days. It's about 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't even quiz me on Celsius. I think it's maybe 15 or 18, something like that. The conversion is too much of a mind rattler for me right now. I've still got to get used to the whole kilo, pound conversion, Celsius, Fahrenheit conversion. I can do kilos somewhat easy. It's like 2.2 times what a pound would be, but I don't know. It's an interesting experience now, getting into a routine finally. All of my past visits to Russia have been like 2 weeks, sometimes longer at a time, and you can get a decent grasp of how it is here. But more recently, we've been visiting, or this trip specifically, we just booked our return tickets to get our house ready as an Airbnb in America late May. So basically what'll happen is we're gonna spend the next month and a half here. Late May, we're gonna show up in America, get our property ready to go for a short-term rental, and then come back here officially, like pretty much full time, and then like clockwork every 5 or so months, because of my visa, I'll need to cross borders with a different country and then come back like the next day. That's the general understanding that I've come to with my visa, given that I'm married to a Russian citizen. So that'll be interesting. We're trying to get our daughter's citizenship, Russian citizenship, figured out. It's been we're still working on it, but we should have the documents ready by this week, assuming everything goes well, God willing. But yeah, just that's part of it. Nothing insane has happened recently. I did get my gym membership last week, so I've gone twice now. The equipment is somewhat sparse or limited. Give me 1 second. I don't really think having a ton of gym equipment is that big of a deal to me. I'm a pretty low maintenance guy. I usually just need a barbell and some weights and I'm good to go. I could get away with calisthenics even, but figured having a little bit of variety is helpful. But there's actually plenty of calisthenic gyms throughout the city. Within a 5 or 10 minute walk, I could hit up 3 of them. They're actually pretty nice for what I would need if I wanted to get a workout outside. But I'm pretty introverted for most of the time, so I don't know if I'd be wanting to do a workout outside. I don't know, we'll see. But check out these ducks over here. Usually there's at least one family that's feeding ducks at any moment. It's just so cute. These little pink outfits. it's the best. I love it. Look at all these duckies. But most of our expenses have been taken care of for the trip. Usually the first week or two is the most pricey. We're really getting into a routine now where it's really just spending money on groceries, cooking, and then every now and then we'll go to the shopping center. But it's nothing incredible now. We're kind of just in a groove. I'll usually start work around 1 or 2, work until 8 to 10 depending on the day, and then once the day is done, you know, I'm in bed by like 11ish, and then I wake up and get a pretty decent amount of time before the day starts for work, which I actually I appreciate quite well. I like having a morning to myself because I've always been used to getting up around like 7. I used to wake up at 5, and it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I just get in a mood where the next couple months I don't want to do that. But I wake up here pretty whatever 7-ish, 8 o'clock, and then I still have another 5 hours or so until my work officially starts, which I greatly appreciate because in America it's always getting her up, and then once she's once I get my daughter up, she's got to go to daycare around like 9 o'clock, and then my work starts immediately at 9, and then I'm done at 5 roughly, maybe 6, but the second I'm done, it's immediately taking care of her. Sometimes my wife will start work at 3, so it's kind of like a hybrid where I'll take care of her as well as taking care of our daughter as well as working, which is tough to do. So I got to do calls with her on my lap. So it's been nice to be able to actually have time in the morning to do stuff for myself, and then can work and take care of whatever else during the middle of the day if needed. But that way, you know, we all have the time that we need, and we're going to put our daughter into daycare whenever we get her a citizenship. We can officially enroll her in, which would be really nice to just be able to spend time in the morning between my wife and I. We got so used to this like hustle bustle mentality that we don't really have a ton of time to do stuff for ourselves, like each other, unless we specifically make a date like once a week or on the weekend for it, and then we got to hire a babysitter to do that. So it's, you know, it's worth doing. But here, you know, in this example, we could very well put our daughter into daycare and then spend like 2 or 3 hours in the morning every morning doing whatever, you know, going on a walk, going to the mall, and just spending time together. I think that's something that I didn't realize I missed until we didn't have it. So I appreciate that. But I'll go somewhere else in a second, show you some other areas. This is one of the nearby like playgrounds that our daughter loves. It's actually pretty spacious. It's quite nice because there's a lot of stuff you can do. There's like multiple slides, and it's cool. Nothing too fancy, but it's pretty. And then there's like a smaller playground for the little ones. And then over there, this is the gym space, or outdoor gym space. There's a handful of these in the city nearby. It's probably 5 of these little outdoor spaces within a 10-minute walk of where I'm at. It's pretty nice because you've got all the essentials and more of a. I used to be an all calisthenics guy, so this is like my paradise. something like this. I just don't know if I have the bravery or courage to do all the outside, all movements outside in front of people like Venice Beach or anything. But maybe very soon I'll work up the courage to come out here for a workout. So yeah, that's the bulk of it. We've been here a little over 2 weeks now and are loving it. I mean, I've genuinely haven't been happier in a very, very long time. So I appreciate that. And it's nice because there's countless family members within a 5-minute walk. There's grocery stores on every corner. We can hit up 5 in 5 minutes if we wanted to. The gym is a 4-minute walk from where I'm at. I think it's just a great place for what I was looking for, and my wife as well. And you know, it makes sense to make the move for us. That has drastically cut down the need for us to earn such a high level of income. And you know, I definitely appreciate that, because if I was to stay at this current trajectory, we might retire by like 50, and I don't think that's the life that I would want. if you have the opportunity to be able to retire sooner, or just like maybe shake things up a little bit, then I say go for it. You know, if it means that you can experience a different world or a different culture, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons that we decided to come here, but so far I'm being validated in almost every single way that this makes perfect sense. One side note though that I wanted to make fun of is there's definitely a lot of people that haven't ever thought of the possibility of moving here, and they've never even considered it because of what media tells them. And I joke constantly, no matter what I say, they will make fun of it because they don't think that it's true. And it's like, I could tell them the sky is blue, and they'll be like, no, it's not. You're lying. You're lying. You hate it there. It sucks. You're just trying to make this all up. It's like, I could tell them that there's plenty of food here, that there's trees on like all over. The oxygen is I mean, fresh. There's like manufacturing plants and whatever. I don't know. It's just, there's always someone that will hate on you no matter what you say. I could say that I tied my shoes today. He'd be like, no, you didn't. You don't have any shoes. You're poor. I don't know. It's funny to me. Maybe it's not funny to anyone else, but I laugh at that. But yeah, we're doing great. We're living it up. Just living a good life. Family-wise, we're taking care of, like, I'm providing for everyone. So that's yeah, it's exactly what we wanted whenever we came here. So that's what's going on. I'll update you guys soon, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. And God bless. Stay tuned.